Hello, all my brothers and my sisters. It's your brother Zen, and I'm bringing you your weekly energy update for August 14th through the 21st. These are timeless as well, so if you're coming across this outside of that time frame, I would still trust your gut and watch the video because I'm sure there are messages for you. If you are watching this between that time frame, really the energies that we want to be aware of is at the end of the week on the 21st is when we enter into the shadow of the Mercury retrograde. So that's a kind of a gate that we want to stop creating new things and starting new items. And next week I will talk about what we can do during the Mercury retrograde and use that energy in positive ways for our lives. But for this week, what we want to look at is what do we want to start this week before that gate happens, where it's more the tides are coming in and it'll be difficult for you to launch things out. So this is the last where the tide is moving out, and it'll be easy and long-lasting things that we create. So that's what we're going to be asking of Spirit and the Creator for each of the individual zodiac signs, and I'm going to jump into your sign right now. Before we jump into your reading, I did want to make a special announcement that I am starting a YouTube subscriber marathon where I am trying to get 1,000 or more YouTube subscribers. And so I am going to be giving away special items, special services, and a variety of other things throughout the next few weeks. And so keep a lookout for those. I'll be announcing them on YouTube and also on my social media platforms, which are all listed in the description box below. Once I reach 1,000 plus subscribers, I will be giving away 10 free 1-hour personal readings to 10 lucky individuals. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, I would really appreciate you considering do so, because once I reach that 1,000, I will have a special video letting you know how you can enter that contest for those 10 videos. So enough of that. I appreciate you, and we're jumping into your reading right now. All right, all you Taurians, this is your weekly energy update, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Seeker Oracle, and any of the cards I use in a reading I do put in the description box below. So give these a good shuffle, and then we'll see what advice the Spirit and Creator have for you in regards to what new thing can you start this week, especially with the gate being wide open. So for our Taurians, what would you like them to know? Okay, nope, they said not any of those. Okay, there it is. And you've got cause and effect. So I love that for you. Definitely whatever you put your mind to and your effort into is what is going to grow. Wherever your energy flows or goes, wherever your focus is where your energy goes, is basically what I was trying to say. And it says, for every action, there is an equivalent reaction. Every cause results in an effect. So the cause is what makes an event happen. The effect is the result of the cause. This is not a New Age concept, it's science. For example, a novice gardener spends hours creating a garden bed. They prepare the soil with care and then plant the seedlings they have purchased. They water them, and after reading the instructions, they fertilize the plants to keep them well nourished. Within a couple of weeks, they have a beautiful garden full of thriving plants and blooms. Boom. What if the novice gardener makes different choices? What if they did not prepare the soil? What if they did not water the plants? What if they didn't read the instructions on the fertilizer packaging and used too much? The result would be that most of the seedlings die, and those that remain do not thrive. As a consequence of their actions, they have little to show for their investment. Our actions yield a reward and consequence to a greater or lesser degree, depending on the choices we make and how we act upon them. Consider when something random occurs for no apparent reason. Some would suggest that this proves the concept of cause and effect is flawed. But our knowledge is limited. Even the greatest scientists do not know everything. As our knowledge expands, facts and theories evolve. With that in mind, just because we do not see a cause does not mean there isn't one. The relationship between cause and effect in the random and inexplicable is just more complicated and less apparent. Everything happens for a reason, so be thoughtful when making decisions and determining your direction. Weigh the pros and cons. Be aware that everything you do will affect your future. Wow, so they're definitely wanting you to take action, but they also want you to be aware of what actions you are wanting to take and just being cognizant of that. We're also going to pull from the Magic of You Oracle, see what else they want to add to this cause and effect, but it definitely feels like they're encouraging you to plant this garden but to be prepared with it. And actually, they want this card right here. And you've got Euphoria, Honor Yourself. That's card number 9. And let's see what this brings for you. It says the white goddess with the feathered snake swan countenance represents the sacred fusion of air and earth, divine inspiration bonded with earthly tangibility. There is a sensual part to this, sensual aspect of this card. It is now your duty to honor your physical self in an exalted way. Have you been abusing your body? Poor eating? Excess of toxic substances and dragging yourself through workouts you don't enjoy? That's punishing you, not celebrating yourself. Don't put anything in your body that is not worthy of your goddess status. Quality over quantity is key at this time. Awaken to your sacred self. Be selective about who you allow in physical proximity to you. In matters of sex and sensuality, do not share your sacred self with someone who is not worthy of you or who does not treat you in an honorable and respectful way. The woman of Euphoria holds her hands gently and seductively over her heart as she considers the blessed magnificence of her reality. She is quiet and reflective. This is a deep inner comprehension, not bound by society's laws and others' opinions. Inside, she is infinite, and her physical form is the gateway. Speaking of gates being wide open, your physical form, but this really, the combination of these two together is telling us that the cause and effect, of course, being aware of what you're doing to your body, what you're surrounding yourself around, what you're allowing into your eyes and your ears and your heart and your nose and your mouth. It's like being aware of what you're surrounding yourself with because of that cause and effect. But I also feel like this garden, this gateway that you're headed through, is one where you are now honoring your dreams, your wishes, what you want. Whereas before, you may have been sacrificing a lot of that for others, doing things that, like living where other people want to live, doing the job that people think you should be doing, being the type of person that they want you to be instead of you being true to yourself. We will dig deeper in here, of course. We're going to use the Tarot of the Magical Forest and just see what else they want to add to this for you. Any clarity around your cause and effect and being true to you. One more time. All right. So what else for Arcturians, please? Okay, they do want that one. Okay, and those two. Oh, and that one. Okay. And that one. And that one. And that one. Yep, that was it. So they want 3 over here and 3 over here and 1 in the middle. Okay. See if I can get all these to fit on the little mat here. All right. So we start off with the 6 of chalices, the 6 of cups. So this is about your emotions, but it's called like the nostalgia card too, because it is about revisiting old emotions, old memories. And I really feel like this balancing that's coming into play here, with the cause and effect, has to do with you looking back over these, because these are the emotions, these are the things that are driving you to make the decisions and to think less of yourself and to sacrifice yourself for others. But there's this balancing that's coming out here, and you can even see it in here with the two balances here, where you're really weighing out and understanding what is your emotional drive around things. Because when you go back and look at these emotions, you can understand with these memories that every moment is made of either unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. All these popular opinions and expectations, or the unconditional love of the higher realms. When our human goes into that fear mode, when our little child inside of us feels out of control or it feels unsafe, it sounds the alarm of fight or flight. It goes out of its mind, literally, into a reactionary, self-sustaining, selfish mode of survival. It's not intelligent, it's not loving. So when we're in that mode, we're going to act like little animals that are just a cornered animal trying to protect itself, as well as everyone else, trying to gain control again and feeling not out of control, trying to feel safe again. So when you go back and look at a memory and you look at, these things in your life that are echoing out into your present and into your future, we can realize that those moments of fear that we experienced were not personal. Like the other person that was freaking out didn't even realize we were there. They were just went out of their minds into an animalistic mode. So whatever their actions or words or whatever weren't about you. It was about trying to feel safe again on their point. Same with us. So as you go back and you look at old memories and you look at the understanding of what your little child self was feeling, then you get to transform those memories. You get to transform in their impact on you, because there's these charged emotions that are still bouncing around in the basement until we go back and look at them. And then we're like, oh, now I understand what all of this is about. I start to look at situations differently from the past and current. Also look at people differently, and especially you look at yourself differently as well. So I love that. And then you have the Seven of Cups. Yes. So then you realize, with this amazing awareness around your emotions coming to play here, that whereas before you were taught that when this thing happens, this is how you're supposed to feel, you question and you understand this power of choice between the two, that I can choose differently if I want to. You no longer are limited to one cup, that this happens, this is how I'm supposed to feel and have to feel. You realize that you can choose to feel any way you want around it. So there's this freedom that comes from this too, that rolls out. And I love this cause and effect going back to early childhood memories. You have the 6 here. It's usually the age of 6 and under, or around 7 and under, between these, that we get our emotional self, our emotional child self is developed. And so all those emotions that we felt, if we didn't integrate those emotions, if we didn't get to process and feel those emotions, and we stuffed them down, they've been echoing, continuing to go over and over and over again. So getting into the old memories helps us with this freedom too. And then you have the 4 of Cups. Oh my God, all these emotions. It's going to be an emotional restart and reboot for you here, because you have the 3 cups here, and then you have this Ace of Cups that's being granted to you. And in this one, you can even say, I love how they have the little rabbit meditating. These 3 cups are the cups of the outside world that we've been told to find our emotional fulfillment in, right? Relationships, situations like jobs, education, and then like our bodies, like bank accounts, possessions. Those are the 3 cups there, those 3 areas. Those are disappointing and they're not emotionally fulfilling because they're unstable. People with relationships, they change or they pass away. Situations never stay the same. And of course, our bodies and things, finances, they break down. They are stolen, they catch on fire, they deteriorate. So all those things aren't fulfilling. But here comes the Ace of Cups, which is the unconditional love that we talked about, that choice every moment is either unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. Well, those 3 cups are all that fear of losing conditional love, which are not fulfilling. We eventually get bored with them, but that Ace of Cups is what brings us our fulfillment, our wholeness with that. And then you have the 3 of Wands. So with all this information coming in, Wands is your drive, your ambition, your inspiration, your passions, it's your energy. And now that you have this awareness coming in, this is about change of direction. It's about changing what you're doing and where you're headed. The cause and effect changes because you are changing. So you're no longer looking at things the same way. Things are changing from your past, and the echoes that normally go forward with your little child self trying to get your attention, they actually feel that wholeness and that completeness instead. So that changes things. Actually, I just noticed on here too, I like how their interpretation here, because they have, it's like your adult self giving your little self the Ace of Cups, that unconditional love that it was searching for all along, right? And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Pentacles, this is great. This is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. She is a lot like the Empress. So this honoring yourself, this nurturing yourself is coming into play. She is about abundance and wholeness, finding your new worth from within your heart instead of that outside world, and defining yourself by those 3 of Cups areas. So you are finding this freedom and this wholeness, this completeness. With the Queen also, in addition to ruling over the earth element, which you are, she also gets a helping of water, which helps her connect to the higher realms, to the spiritual realms. And so you definitely are finding this beautiful emotional balance with your earthiness too. Yeah, and here's the 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands would be like, the Ace of Wands is when you have a new passion that ignites within you, and the 2 of Wands is about making plans. So with this new direction that you're deciding to go on, now is the time. Like, this is the gateway that you're going through with this week. This is the opportunity to start making plans and start taking steps toward it, because you don't want to start something new, brand spanking new, after this week. So I'll talk about the retrogrades in next week's readings, but now is the time where the tide is going out, and so this is when you want to start and take step toward it. So they're basically saying, don't put off, find this passion, find this wholeness within you, and it's time for you to leap forward, honoring your direction and what you want to do with your life instead. Yeah, and then you have another 4 here too, which 4 of Swords is peace of mind. So 4 of Cups is like stable emotions, and the 4 of Swords is like stable mind. So your thoughts and your beliefs, these are coming into clarity here, because what they're sleeping on is the Ace of Swords down here. The 3 swords up here would be like kind of like these 3 cups. But these are your thoughts and your beliefs, rooted in relationship and situations and things. Those are what disappoint us, right? But that Ace of Swords allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, those that are rooted in unconditional love and your heart and your passion, versus the small t truths of the human world that are rooted in the fear of losing that conditional love and all those things on the outside. So you are gaining the stability in your life as you're revisiting kind of these emotions and the drive and what has been pushing you all this time. So you do have this clarity that's coming. We're also going to pull from the affirmators cards here, and these are pretty funny cards, so be prepared for some hilarity and maybe some crassness. I love these cards. We'll see what else they want you to know about this week. All right, that would be it right there. And you've got the ideal partnership. And that says, I am a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I'm paired with a true match. My ideal partnership and working relationships are easy and free-flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And, to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. So I love that, because what I was thinking when I was started off seeing that is you are the ideal partner for yourself. So even though they were kind of maybe saying that other person might also be paraphrasing Rumi, it's actually you that's paraphrasing Rumi. So you are your ideal partnership here. You are the one to give the unconditional love to your little child self. There's a great book called The Presence Process by Michael Brown, and it is all about getting in tune and looking at those charged emotions that we had when we were very young. And it has some beautiful awarenesses that come where we become that parent for our little inner child, the one who can give the unconditional love, unconditional attention to our little child self. And that's where we become that ideal partner instead. And I really feel like that is your journey that is kind of destined to start at this time. That's what they want for this new beginning for you, is really you getting to the root of this, right? And then we're going to pull a card here from the Everyday Miracles deck, which is based on a book, The Course in Miracles. So let's give these a shuffle, and this will just be your final message for this reading for this week. And let's see what they want to say. All right, so for our Taurians, what's your final message for them, please? Okay. The past is over. It cannot touch me. Yeah. So, but definitely getting into the past here. So as you go back there, and it says here too, all your past except its beauty is gone, and nothing is left but a blessing. So definitely they're nudging you to take a look at your past here. Even though your past is over, those emotions, those charged emotions, are still echoing out into the present. And they'll continue to do that because your little child brings you the upsets as setups to try to get you to pay attention to them. It's like they nudge you on your, like your shirt tail, mom, dad, it's like, oh my gosh. And they will continue to echo out and bring these emotional experiences until you get back to the root of them. And that is what connects and influences and changes your entire path, which is beautiful and brilliant. I am loving this for you. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those videos or messages and be updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video, share a video, comment on a video, and especially subscribing to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so crazy giddy happy. It does want to share the videos and message of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. Alrighty, mighty Taurians, as you go throughout this week, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.